This is the Civilization 4 NLL. Welcome to the Noble Leaders League. I am Kjotleik. This is the game between Isabella and Roosevelt in the second division. Isabella is number 3 in the league with 10 points. Roosevelt number 7 with 8. Isabella is on a 4-game winning streak, leading to a form of 4-0-1 last 5 games. Roosevelt himself has back-to-back victories. His form is 2-0-3 last 5, so both of them are getting into form or are in form. It's going to be very interesting to see which of these two leaders are going to be successful this game. Here is Isabella's starting position. Let's get the resource bubbles on. She starts on the eastern part of the eastern continent, which is the starting continent. There is a river delta here, and she has some sugar, bananas, there is coal up here, and some cows. One hill here, one hill there, and yeah, she is in the middle of the jungle belt, so that's going to be difficult in the beginning, but let's see what she can do of it. Roosevelt, his starting position is on the western part of this rather weird U continent. And look at this. He starts next to uranium, which is only revealed by physics, so that's for later. But he has 2 stones. There is an aluminum here, there is iron, and there is corn, and also over here we have some clams. They are probably not going to reach any other continents until astronomy, so the west is not available in the beginning. Let's see how they can do early game, and let's see if they can build a foundation to win the game on. Let's start it. Off we go. Isabella versus Roosevelt, second division, round 8. This is going to be interesting. Isabella is first to Hinduism, Roosevelt has Buddhism, they have 1 city each. Roosevelt is first to 2 cities. And he has 2 cities for a long time before Isabella, and he has 3 cities before Isabella gets her second. Roosevelt now 4-2 in city count. We are almost at turn 100. Roosevelt 5 cities to 2. Roosevelt has expanded really well in this game now, 6 cities to 2. Roosevelt is in the process of winning the game already, 7 cities to 3. Isabella is behind in development of her empire and expansion, 7 cities. Roosevelt, Isabella is up to 4 though. Can she get out a few settlers to level out the number of cities? 9 cities, Roosevelt now 5 Isabella. Roosevelt is up to 9 cities and he has more score. He's also twice as strong as Isabella. 10 cities to 6. Roosevelt expanded really well early game and Isabella is in trouble here. Her 4-game winning streak is in danger of getting broken, but now she is at least up to 7 cities, 8 cities. She is almost equaling the number of cities here on the starting continent. 12 cities, Roosevelt is settled another 2, 12 to 8. It is not impossible to overcome those numbers, but it is a little bit difficult, and she has gotten herself out to that island over there as well, so 13 to 9 cities now. 13 to 9 cities. Roosevelt going education, Isabella going feudalism. We are at turn 252. We have passed the midway point in the game. Oh, there is the war. There is a war and Roosevelt has liberalism, and we have the first war of the game. 13 cities, Roosevelt, 9 cities, Isabella. What's going to happen now? This is really interesting. Roosevelt with 13 to 9 cities. Isabella is getting guilds, and there is the peace treaty. Nothing happened in the war except that they exchanged some units probably. No cities did change hands, but this means that Roosevelt is down to cautious, and he is stronger than Isabella, and he's going for astronomy. He's getting that now and going gunpowder into chemistry, while Isabella is going astronomy as well. Who is going to get into the new world and expand there first? That is a race now. Isabella is a little bit behind, but will Roosevelt build settlers and go into the new world? 13 cities to 9, he may. He has a boat out there, and so has Isabella. Isabella has astronomy as well, but will they? Do they have settlers out there? Isabella She has at least a land unit, and there she settled her tent city all the way in the west, in the southwest, that mini continent out there, and Roosevelt also settled the big continent in the west, and he is up to 15 to 10. He got rifling, he's going for steam power, Isabella is going nationalism. Roosevelt 16 cities, Isabella 11, Roosevelt 17 cities now, Roosevelt 17 cities for Roosevelt. If he can get a few more, he is getting steel as well, and Isabella is down to 0.4 the strength of Roosevelt. Roosevelt on railroads, Isabella getting military tradition, but we have already had one war in this game. Will we get another one? Turn 339. Roosevelt is pleased with Isabella, so he's probably not going to attack now then. Combustion next for the American leader. Isabella's getting her military tradition. But 22 cities Roosevelt, 13 cities Isabella. Roosevelt going for electricity. Isabella is on the printing press. 6 turns away from electricity for Roosevelt. We have the next war, by the way. We have a war in this game. 22 cities Roosevelt, 13 cities Isabella. Will we see any cities changing hands? 14 cities Isabella now. She founded another one down in that microcontinent in the middle of the map down south. But 22 cities to 14. The war is still raging, but I haven't seen Roosevelt take any cities off of her, even though he is 3 times as strong as Isabella. He should really be winning this war, but it doesn't seem like he is. He is now trying to go for industrialism, but he's probably upgrading units or something because he's taking really slow. Isabella is on scientific method. She has kept her 14 cities though in this war, even though she is only 1/3 of the strength of Roosevelt. That is good for her, not so good for Roosevelt though. He is changing civics, I guess. Police state now, 22 cities, 5 turns away from industrialism. Isabella just got gunpowder. Going physics now next, but Roosevelt has industrialism and he has 23 cities versus Isabella's 13. And Isabella is going physics. Roosevelt now on fascism, 24 to 12. Isabella is down to 12 cities now. Roosevelt 24 to 12. Is this going to end soon? Isabella is down to 0.2 the strength of Roosevelt. Roosevelt, surely you must run over the Spanish now. 11 cities left for Isabella. This is going towards a Roosevelt domination if it just continues to press on here. If it doesn't sign peace, this could go well for him. 26 to 10. Isabella is down to 10 cities. And this is the end of Isabella's 4-game winning streak for sure. Roosevelt 27 cities, Isabella now down to 9. We are at turn 400 immediately. There it is, 100 turns left, and that's it. Roosevelt won a domination victory. Isabella was down to 8 cities in the end. 1981, turn 401, and Roosevelt with the domination. Roosevelt declared 2 wars. The first one was a standoff, the second one was a victory. He declared the second one in 1931, turn 351, 6-0 in city captures, ending in 1981, turn 401 with a domination. Victory after 50 years and 50 turns in war. Let's go take a look at the stats. Here are the graphs. It is Roosevelt, best in score. GNP is Roosevelt, manufacturing is Roosevelt, food is Roosevelt, power is Roosevelt, culture is Roosevelt, and espionage was pretty even, but Roosevelt was number 1 throughout the game. Demographics. Isabella's numbers to the left, Roosevelt's numbers to the right, decentish numbers, 28.6 million inhabitants in America. Let's go to the wonders and the top 6 cities. Let's go to the bottom to see that there are 2 wonders in the BC area, Stonehenge and the Great Wall, both in New York. Let's go back to the top 10. Atlanta is the number 1 city for Roosevelt. Roosevelt has all the top 6 cities, so that is good for him. That was a really good result here. Statistics then. Isabella, she built 14 cities, 3 religions founded, currently on 5 mines and windmills, 4 farms, pastures and towns. She built in her cities 14 granaries, 10 lighthouses and theaters, a Temple of Solomon. Let's go to page down to see a Scotland Yard at the bottom of her list of constructed buildings. Her current units then: 15 longbowmen, 13 horse archers, 10 workers and a chariot down there. She trained a total of 50 horse archers, 39 caravels and archers, and 1 galley completes that list. The kills: 6 grenadiers, 5 infantry, privateers and cannons, down to 1 knight at the bottom, but her losses were heavier: 37 horse archers, 35 caravels, 27 macemen, and we see a settler at the bottom of the list here as well. Roosevelt's numbers then: 22 cities built, 4 religions, 3 golden ages, currently on 63 towns, 29 windmills and 16 farms. In his cities he built 22 lighthouses and granaries, 18 forges, down to 5 castles. Let's go page down to see page 2. A lot of wonders here: Taj Mahal, among them Colossus, Sistine Chapel, Statue of Liberty. Page down again, and here we see Stonehenge is the last on the list. Let's go top and look at current units for Roosevelt. 85 infantry, 26 workers, 12 destroyers, down to 1 caravel. He trained a total of 29 archers, 27 settlers, 23 workers, 5 warriors. So let's go page down and look at page 2, and here we see a galley completing the list at the bottom. Then the kills: 37 horse archers, 35 caravels, 27 macemen and a settler, and then the losses were negligible: 6 grenadiers, 5 cannons, privateers, infantries, and all the way down to an axeman. So congratulations with 2 points, Roosevelt. Let's go take a look at the victory condition screen and the cities done. Here we see Roosevelt with 75% of the land area, and that means he won the domination victory. He was very far away from culture, 81 turns. He could have gotten it before the game ended, but there was no need. Roosevelt also built the Apostolic Palace. Nobody built the Apollo program. Roosevelt is number 1 in score, and let's go take a look at the city stand. We stand at Isabella first, of course. Her 8 remaining cities, sort by population, see Salamanca and Valencia, and then Murcia 8. Yeah, we see the numbers here. There is nothing really good. She is building some lighthouses and a barracks and market in between all the units. Well, all the units. A workboat is not a military unit, so 3 military units currently in production. In a war she is losing. That is not very good resource management, I think. Let's go to Roosevelt and see what he is doing in his cities. Roosevelt, okay, he has 28 of them. So let's sort by population and see that Philadelphia, Atlanta and Seattle are top 17, and then we have a few 16, 15, 14 and stuff. They are happy, but they are not healthy, the top 2 cities. A few others not either. Decent-ish, little bit low food, but base commerce is, well, 70 is good, 67 is good, so a few cities are good, 87 in Seattle is good at least. Production 117 in Atlanta for a tank, that is good, and then we see the rest, 51 for a factory in Baltimore, okay. Toledo pop 3, let's go to the bottom and see Cordoba and Santiago as the bottom 2 cities that you see down there. Spoiler alert, results and updated league tables follows after this screen. The updated league tables is showing us Isabella is now number 5 with 10 points and a positive 14 score turn difference. Roosevelt number 4, 10 points as well, positive 64 score turn difference. Later today, in a few minutes, there is the second game of the day between Hammurabi and Bismarck. I hope to see you back then. I am Kjotleik. This has been the Noble Leaders League. Welcome back to the next game.